Hey, what is happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. I am so pumped. It's a beautiful fall day, and I am officially on Thanksgiving vacation, so I'm getting to spend some extra time just relaxing and hanging out with family. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday this year. The shoe I'd like to talk about today is a shoe that I have wanted for, I guess, about 2 years now. I think it originally dropped in 2019. I'm talking about the Yeezy 500 High in the Slate colorway. I was able to hit for a pair of these on the Confirmed app. I got exclusive access. It gave me access to, I think, 3 different 500s and a couple different 700s, as well as a couple of 350 V2s. The only pair I had access to that I really wanted was this Slate colorway of the 500 Highs. So I'm pumped to add these to the collection, and I can't wait to get into them. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's look at these Yeezy 500 Highs in the Slate colorway. All right, so like always, we've got this plain brown cardboard box. It says 500 on the top of it. There's no Boost labeling on the side because these shoes have Adiprene Plus and not Boost. The tag reads Yeezy 500 High. The color is slate, and this is a size 10.5. I always wear size 10 or 10.5. However, in 500s and 700s, I always go with 10.5. 350 V2s, I can wear just a 10, but I prefer to go a half size up in these shoes. And then here they are. This has got to be one of the most unique looking silhouettes that I've got in the collection. And I really feel like these shoes especially are like a mashup of like a sneaker or like a lifestyle shoe and a boot. But I really think that the look of them, and even just having this high midsole and then kind of like the rubberized material that runs along the bottom, I think these are going to be perfect for this time of year and even into the winter. I wouldn't wear them in the snow or anything, but I think that with all this neoprene and just the build of them, I think they're going to be ideal for this time of year. The first thing that I notice about them, aside from just how unique they are, is just that, like all Yeezys, the quality seems to be really good. Yeezys are expensive, but I feel like they always deliver on the materials and on the quality, so at least you feel like you're getting a lot of style and a lot of quality for that high price that you're paying for the Yeezy name. And I've said before that I am just a fan of a lot of different texture, and with these shoes you definitely get that. I also really like earth tones, just because I feel like they're easy to wear with just about anything, and that's pretty much what you have here. The upper is pretty monotone, but I didn't realize until I got these outside in the direct sunlight that all these neoprene areas on the upper kind of have like a blue tint to them. It's just real faint, but it's like a grayish blue color. And I really like that. I think it looks really nice. Well, look at this outsole. It's just got a whole bunch of swirls and a whole lot of like oval shapes. It really does. I think a lot of Yeezys have a very organic look to them. Like there's no rhyme or reason to them, but somehow it just goes together. Maybe it's just the randomness of everything makes it work, but I really like the way this looks. And from all angles, there's nothing that I have that looks like these shoes. There's no real branding on the outsole, but down here we see that it says non-marking. And then in the front of the shoe, you can see that there is just a little bit of Adidas branding there. Then we've got the same tan color that wraps up to the midsole area, and it just looks nice and clean. Down here we can see a little reminder that it's got Adiprene. And a lot of people actually prefer, actually it's got Adiprene Plus, but a lot of people actually prefer Adiprene and Adiprene Plus to Boost. It's not quite as bouncy and it's not quite as soft as what Boost is. I don't prefer one or the other, but I really like both. Adiprene has been around for a long time, I think since the 90s, maybe even earlier than that. But then we can see that tan color just wraps around to the inside of the midsole too. And here you can see that we do get a little bit of Adidas branding, but it's not overkill, it's not real in your face or anything. And I like that you're not a walking billboard with these. I like that they're kind of under the radar and it doesn't scream out Adidas in like 100 different places and in bright neon letters or anything. I like that these are just kind of subdued. But then coming up to the mug guard, we've got a really high quality feeling suede, and it's a nice dark gray color. It's short hair, but you get a lot of movement out of it and a lot of life out of it. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. Sometimes it's hard to pick up, but you definitely get a lot of color change whenever you change the direction with it, and I'm a big fan of that. I always say I'm a big fan of texture, and I love how Yeezy just mixes up real premium materials, and they've all just got different textures, and I think that it just adds a lot of depth and a lot of warmth to the shoes, and I really appreciate that about Yeezys. But you've got more of this suede wrapping back the shoe. It's kind of like a rolling hill look in there. And you also get that on the outside of the shoe. And another thing I really like is just behind this panel, there's like a little bit of piping, and that's all reflective material. But you have that on both sides of the shoe right here as well, and it really just adds some pop, and it grabs your attention if you see them, you know, at nighttime and the light hits them the right way. But then we also have some more of that suede going up the eye stays here in these little oval areas. And then you've also got some more suede here on the back, and I like that shape there. It kind of reminds me of like a crown or something, but I think that's really cool. But then over top of this suede here at the bottom, we've got a rubberized material, and it's got these real faint lines in it, but I think it's cool looking because it adds another texture and another layer. But I also think it serves a purpose in kind of protecting the bottom of the leather and helping it from getting all stained up and everything. But you've got that on both the sides and then on the back as well. And I like that added layer. And then along with that, one more texture that we get is this tumbled leather that you see here in a gray color, and you can see it kind of coming up the side of the shoe here in different areas and behind the eye stays, and then wrapping up here near the collar, and that's just got a really neat texture to it. The rest of the upper, all this material is like a neoprene material, and it feels really squishy and padded. It feels like it has memory foam in it, but it's almost got like a bluish gray tint to it, and I really like that. But you've got that for the whole base of the upper and also the tongue. And that'll help keep your feet warm, and I just think it's going to be extremely comfortable. But we've got some gray rope style laces and a black sock liner. But let me know what you guys think of these, and I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving.